Mark, your character, Griffin Huffleclaw, is making his way on a leisurely stroll through the woods. It's evening, the sun's setting, and the birds are singing. It's a nice day. Suddenly, you hear a sound. It sounds like a cry for help. Shane, would you describe to him what he hears?
Help! Help! I'm upside down for some reason. I'm not really enjoying this. Help! Completely upside down. Not just like a little, but all the way upside down. Help!
Shoot. That doesn't sound too good. I probably wouldn't bother to help if they weren't completely upside down.
Griffin, go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can find out where that noise is coming from.
I will make a perception check.
This is really uncomfortable. All the blood is rushing to my head.
You are able to easily discern where the noise is coming from.
It's over here. I'm by the large tree.
You kind of run through the trees a little bit, and you see the form of a man, seems hanging from the branch of a tree in a snare.
I'm in a snare.
Shane, once again, could you describe to Mark what he sees?
Yeah, so hanging from a tree, you see upside down. Doran the Explorer he's just hanging from a tree upside down, way up here, maybe up here, and that's what you see. You're looking up and you're like, oh man, that guy's upside down, all the way upside down.
What kind of clothing and equipment?
Yeah, so Doran the Explorer is dressed in kind of like explorer robes. He's not like fancy dressed. He looks like kind of like a ye old Indiana Jones, but no cowboy hat. Even if he had it, it would have fallen off because he's upside down. Doesn't look like he has a lot of possessions, but just a half-elf explorer hanging from a tree.
All right, and then Mark, could you describe what Shane sees as, or rather what Doran sees as you come crashing through the trees?
Right, Griffin comes barreling out of the woods there, and he is a soldier, pretty through and through there. So he is wearing some chainmail armor, a lot of leather accessories, leather pants. He's got a giant axe that he's carrying, a two-handed axe, and a javelin strapped to his back. He's got long flowing brown hair. Looks like he's seen a fight or two in his time. And
as all people with long flowing brown hair have.
Indeed. Head and Shoulders shampoo commercial. Or the old school equivalent, I suppose.
Okay, so Mark, what are you going to do then?
Is he all the way upside down?
Oh, all the way upside down. Look how upside down.
He's currently hanging from one leg by what looks to be a large game snare.
Sort of like a rope trap that's attached to the tree?
Yeah, he must have stepped in it at some point, and now it's kind of just wrapped around his ankle, and he's dangling with his other limbs sort of flailing about.
You heard up there.
So I just saw this large soldier with a giant axe barreling towards me through the trees. I'm just like, no, you know what? I think I'm fine up here. I'll just wait for the next person to come on by. I'm sure it won't be long. They probably don't look like they would eat me. So I'll just figure this out.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Check.
Really, I'm great up here. It's a nice view.
There would be our insight.
Sweet. Okay, 16 is pretty good. So Shane, does he believe you?
Maybe. There's a lot of blood rushing.
If you would like him to not believe you, then make a deception check. Otherwise, let him know if you're trustworthy or not.
I think Doran kind of looks around and he's like, realizes that there's nobody else coming to this secluded forest. And even though this guy is scary looking, he doesn't try to deceive him.
Okay.
At the risk of getting killed.
All right. In that case,
So Doran believes him.
You can believe him.
All right, friend. Well, I think I'll help you out there.
Oh, really?
Sure, just hold still. And so Griff, he's used to smashing stuff. That's how they know how to get a man down from a tree. He's gonna try to throw a javelin to. That's
I don't think this is a good idea.
Don't worry, I am highly trained.
All right, make a javelin attack.
Javelin attack.
27.
Yeah, that hits.
20.
You throw your javelin, and just where the rope is going over the branch, kind of supporting his weight, you manage to actually embed the javelin in that branch, severing the rope, and Doran comes crashing to the ground. You fell about 6 feet or so. Make a strength saving throw.
Gotcha. It's not. It's not high enough for me to use Featherfall. Let me find. Where are my saving throws at?
Watching him fall and thinking that maybe it would have been a good idea to try to catch him.
Strength saving throw?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Let's do it this
I got a 3 minus 1.
Yeah, you probably should have tried to catch him.
I probably should have used Featherfall.
You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Woo! It's me falling. I'm okay. I'm all right. Thank you for getting me down. I brushed some leaves off of me from that very painful 6-foot drop.
Yeah. What exactly were you doing in a tree?
I was walking through the forest, and I stepped in a snare, and I went way up into the tree. And, then you came along.
Well, I'm glad I got here when I did.
What are you doing in the forest?
Well, to be honest, I'm bored. I'm used to, I'm a soldier, see, but right now I'm off duty and thought I'd go for a nice relaxing walk in the woods. But
You went this deep into the woods for a nice relaxing walk in the woods?
yeah, I realized I'm really not much of the relaxing sort. I'm basically looking for adventure at this point.
Oh, looking for adventure, you say? Well, I might be a wizard or sorcerer with the zip zap bam boom fireballs and such, but I'm really more of an archaeologist. I've been looking for a temple in these very woods.
Interesting.
I mean, you saved my life. Would you like to come on an adventure? I am Doran the Explorer, but it could be the Adventurer as well.
Right. I like it. All right. I'm in. Scary monsters? Treasure?
Perhaps both or none. Maybe fossils.
All right.
Doran is very trusting because Griffin kept calling him friend. So he's like, he must be my friend. So that's his thought process right now. He's like, strangers don't call people they don't want to be friends. So he trusted them.
As you guys are making these plans, in the back of Doran's mind, he remembers a certain dwarf friend of his wise words. Certainty of death, small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
It's familiar.
I explain. I'm like, and that's when my dwarven friend said, certainty of death? Something like this, and probably treasure. It's all good. Everything is gonna come up great for you. And that's exactly what he said, word for word. So maybe I look around my surroundings to try to like figure out where in the woods I am to see if I recognize anything or know which direction I was heading. And that.
Okay, make a survival check.
A survival check? All right. Hopefully this goes better. 15.
Cool. So you knew where you were as you were kind of making your way through the woods. You had, from the mysterious person who gave you the mission that you're currently on, you also received a very clear set of directions. So you were on your way, and you just got distracted by a small rabbit, actually, as you were making your way along the path. So you remember where the path is, and you know that it leads to the temple you're seeking.
Oh, I just remembered where the path is. It's right here beside us.
Well, that was convenient.
All right, so you guys you continue on down the path, and probably another 20 minutes goes by or so before you reach sort of an interesting area in the forest where there's sort of large rocky outcroppings, trees growing on top of sort of mountains of rock, and you see kind of ahead of you where it's almost two small cliffs, probably only 10 or 15 feet high, sort of make like what you would describe as like a gateway, like a natural gateway. So what do you guys do now?
Do you see any road signs?
I'm going to go ahead and throw the map up for you so you can kind of
cool.
see where you are.
Hey!
Okay. Wow.
Whoa, look
Cool.
at change of scenery.
Wow. Whoa. Is that like a drone shot or something like that? Sorry. And which
My pectoral's really that small?
which way were we headed? This way? Up?
You guys were headed along the path to here, and then here is where you see that sort of natural gateway that I was talking about.
This is the gateway? Right here?
Right here.
Really? way up there. That's my screen was too far away. So it's way up there we see it. I see.
Yes.
I just noticed that too. I only had like half the map in my view.
Okay, I would like you guys both to roll a perception check.
Perfect.
Perception.
This looks a little familiar. Perhaps I've seen this in a dream.
Oh, looks about normal to me.
I did see it in a dream, I'm pretty sure. Nat 20.
Natural 20.
So with your natural 20, and also with Griffin 17, both of those are very good. You guys actually notice in the trees, kind of lurking in that gateway area, the form of what you would describe as a man, but much taller than a normal man. And as it's sort of moving and watching you, it sort of turns sideways and you see what looks like the body of a horse.
Oh.
And his torso is sort of stuck on top of it.
How did we not see the horse body when we first looked at him until he turned?
It's interesting.
Oh, there's so many horsemen.
Well, should we try to make contact?
Yes, but you go first. I'll make contact from a little further away.
That makes sense.
I'm more of a watch people do the thing type of guy.
That's fair. All right. Question: Have they spotted us yet?
Yeah, they are looking directly at you. The two of you haven't been the most quiet of adventurers.
It's fair. All right. Griff is going to address them. Greetings, fair creature.
The creature kind of looks at you quizzically, as though it understands you're speaking to it, but it doesn't understand the language you're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear it say in kind of a low, soft voice, something that you also don't understand. However, I believe Doran does. Doran, what languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, and Draconic.
Yes, so you hear in Elvish, What is it you seek?
My ears perk up, and I relay to Griffin. I'm like, Griffin, they're speaking Elvish. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I'm a half elf. And then I yell over to these guys. I'm like, we seek a large temple. We're looking for fun and good times, and we heard the temple is where it's at.
Fun and good times is not what you will find at this temple.
What will we find?
We are the guardians of the temple.
What will we find?
We do not let any pass for frivolous reasons.
It's not what you describe to me your idea of fun and good times, and then I'll describe my idea of fun and good times, and maybe there's just a communication error. I'm only half elf.
Griffin has no idea what they're saying to each other, but he's getting the feeling that Doran's not really sophisticated.
The centaur is kind of looking down upon you, and he actually starts to come a little closer. And he's sort of looking at you with narrowed eyes. My idea of fun and good times is when the temple was functioning as it should, and those barbarians were not desecrating it.
I move away from Griffin, and I move closer to this guy, and almost whisper to him. I'm like, hey, I also am not a fan of barbarians, and I whisper, I look over at Griffin, because I still don't know if I trust him 100%. I'm like, I was sent here to restore the temple to its sacredness out of the hands of the barbarians.
Interesting.
Interesting
Centaur.
Indeed.
The centaur kind of takes stock of the two of you, and then turns and walks back to the two compatriots that you can see in the distance. And you can hear them muttering, but you can't understand what they're saying.
I walk back to Griffin. I'm like, they said their favorite food is pizza.
Oh, that's an interesting choice, I guess.
The centaurs sort of file out and form a small barricade in front of you. If you are here to restore the temple, then we shall let you pass. And this one steps aside. The other two have their pikes kind of readied, and they're keeping a wary eye on you. It seems that, especially the one on the left, really doesn't trust you guys, but his leader has said it's okay, so they're not threatening you. Their pikes are ready in case you do something stupid.
Yep. So, I walk in, but I walk in on this side.
All right. Yeah, so they let you pass, and you guys can make your way through the small gateway there. So here you find a small change of scenery. The trees are less green. They seem a little almost shriveled. The roots are blackened. And you see this sort of natural mixed with masonry outer sort of stonework surrounding this area. You see the ramp up north of you guys. If you're zoomed out or zoomed in too much, you might want to zoom out. So
I just did that. I was way too zoomed out, and I was so confused.
Well, Doran, I have no idea what happened in that conversation, but I think we're good, right? Or are those guys following us?
No, they're cool. They were just asking if my sister was single, and I said, she's totally single.
Waiting.
And they let us in.
Past them. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Did they tell us anything about where we're going?
Into the temple to cleanse it from the barbarians.
I can do that.
So can I move closer to the middle of the room and kind of just look around and see if there's any other entrances, exits to anything?
Sure. Go
anything
ahead
of note?
go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. 21.
21, that'll do it. So, kind of looking around, you are able to discern that there's almost a bit of a path in the greenery here, as though the grass and the foliage has been worn down by the tramping of feet over time. And you also see there seems to be sort of a cutout in the rock here. Let me get my selection back. So here,
Okay. Yeah.
you notice there's a bit of a cutout in the rock.
Is that where the
path
feet
sort
mark
of
were?
leads.
The feet marks were?
Yes, and then
Okay.
down here as well. This has what looks like initially, it looks like part of the stonework, but you realize that it is actually a door because of the path going right into it. It must be a door. Down here, however, there is no door. It just is an opening in the rock wall.
Gotcha. And then this is the main, like, 2 big doors. Or like
that's
stone
the
door.
doors.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I guess I relay that information to Griffin.
Okay.
Griffin, this is what I saw. What do you think we should do? And at the same time, I ready myself and I cast my Detect Magic spell. So I'm going to pop that in the chat here.
Okay.
So
for the main stone doors, you don't notice anything magical.
gotcha.
For the hidden door with the path going into it, you notice there's a faint aura of magic.
Okay.
You're unable to discern what school it's from,
Okay.
despite the fact that that's what the spell does.
And that's for
Because-
this section here?
Yeah, that's for that one.
Okay.
The reason you're unable to discern what school it's from is because the GM didn't bother looking it up beforehand.
Okay.
And then down in the opening, there's no magical aura.
Okay. I just relay everything I saw to Griffin.
All right, sounds good. I mean, I'm a front door kind of guy, but if you want to go check out the magic door, I guess that's cool.
Well, I'm not really sure. I'll follow your lead. If you want to take the front door, we can take the front door. If you want to take the side magic door, we can take the side magic door.
Sounds good. Let's find out what happens up here. And we're gonna go to the front door.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check to see if you can open it.
Right.
Natural Nat 20.
Just so you know, I was kind of pulling your leg there. The DC to open that door was 2. So you're 24. You ram your full body into the door, and it just swings open, and you fall face first onto the floor behind it.
It looks like it was open door and
Getting up and looking, you see you actually cracked one of the doors in half, with the other one sort of hanging from its hinges.
That's awesome.
I tend to do that sometimes. Muscles, it's easy to get carried away.
I'm just like, wow, this guy's strong.
So you enter a room. On either side of the room are 2. They look like statues with like a hood pulled over their heads and clawed hands folded in front of them. And then there's a 5th statue on a pedestal at the end, with, rather than its hands folded, are extended, holding a bowl filled with a red liquid. And then in front of that is a skeleton of what you would discern to be a humanoid, probably a man. His clothes have sort of rotted off. Seems he's been here for a while. And in one of his bony hands is a flask.
I think we should take a look at that flask over there. And I walk, but like not right beside it, like kind of from a distance, kind of like looking like And is my detect magic picking anything up in here? It lasts for minutes.
Yes. So.
Oh, maybe.
Yes, your your detect magic is showing you that the statue holding the bowl is giving off an aura of magic. Actually, you know what? The statue itself is not giving off the aura. It's the bowl that it's holding.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the aura that it's giving off is the same as the
magic over
that
here
you found on the outside. Yes.
Gotcha.
As well as the flask in the skeleton's hand is giving off a magical aura.
Oh. I lean into Griffin. I don't know. I'm leaning in. We're alone in a room. Griffin, whatever liquid is in that bowl, I'm assuming is in the flask and was also at the door we saw outside. It's giving off the exact same magical aura.
I should clarify that the flask is giving off a different magical aura.
What I meant to say was ignore everything I just said.
The bowl is giving off the same aura as
the door.
Door, but the flask is giving off a different one.
I just step outside from it and I'm like, well, forget that theory, and I step back in.
You all good there?
Yeah, just the hallucinations.
Griffin, while Doran was kind of checking out the magical energies in the room and going over his schemes in his head, you have been kind of taking stock of what else is in this room. So you've noticed the torches on the wall. Could you please make a perception check for me? So beyond what you see initially, you don't really notice anything special about this room. Just that there are torches in the sconces, kind of illuminating everything quite well, so you're able to see everything fairly well.
I relay the information to Dorian. It's pretty in here.
Yep, I saw that too. Yes, we are in a room. I move close and I look at the vial itself just to see if there's any like writing on it or if it looks like poison or anything about like that.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Investigation. 19.
Okay, I'd also like you to make an Arcana check.
6.
Okay. So with your investigation, you notice that not only does the flask have what appears to be a holy symbol on it, you are unable to place what the symbol is or where it's from because of your poor Arcana roll. But
Gotcha.
You do notice that there is what you would guess is a holy symbol.
Gotcha.
You also notice that behind the statue on the wall, there is, it seems like a rune or something carved into the wall. It looks like a sideways T. Sort of a vertical stroke with a shorter horizontal stroke intersecting it.
Hey Griffin, check out this sideways T.
Sideways T's before.
It's the first sideways T I've ever seen. I against my better judgment, I pick up the vial.
Okay. You pick it up, and you can kind of hear the fingers sort of cracking as you you disturb the skeleton that's been there for
this is disgusting.
Probably 70 or 80 years at least. However, the vial is surprisingly clean. There's no dust on it somehow.
Okay.
And nothing else happens.
Cool. I just put it like in a satchel, and then I wipe my hands off on Griffin's clothes, whatever little bit of clothes he's wearing. I'm like, God, this is disgusting.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't drink that.
So maybe it's
looking too great for the last guy.
Well, he died. I go to check out the sideways T. I'm just interested in it. Is there magic coming off it?
There's no magic coming off of it. It seems to just have been sort of carved into the wall.
Gotcha.
I would like you to make an athletics check for me.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Climbing stairs is hard.
Oh! With my -1.
I take that back. Climbing stairs is not hard.
These are getting my aerobics in.
So you make your way up onto the podium and you inspect the rune. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it. It seems it was carved with rudimentary stone carving tools.
I call
Nothing expert, but they do the job.
call out to Griffin. Just a normal sideways T. Nothing special.
Good to know.
I come back down.
I don't know what an abnormal one is, to be fair.
Either do I.
In case you guys didn't notice, there is a staircase on your right.
Ah. What do you think?
Staircase on our right.
I just follow Griffin. It's like my meat shield.
So, wait, did we want to do anything with that bowl? Are we good?
It's got some weird magic coming off of it. Don't know how I feel about that. Took a 50-50 on the vial, and they were different magic types. I don't know how I feel about the other one.
Maybe we'll have to come back and, use it for something, but...
That's a fantastic idea.
Let's find out what's in the next room.
Alright, so you guys make your way down the hall. I'm going to go ahead and show you the 2 halls. So, at the end of the one to your right, currently, is a stone door. And at the end of the one to your left is what looks like a hallway that slants off, and a doorway to the right.
Okay. Before we go fully into the hallway, I'm gonna use one of my cantrips. Where is it?
Okay.
Mage Hand, and I'm gonna use it to just kind of like go over to this bowl here, and just kind of like rustle around the bowl and see if anything happens.
Okay, so as soon as you touch the bowl, you hear what sounds like a grating, and you look behind you, and you notice the 2 statues. Have the hoods have come back, and you realize that they're actually wings.
Oh!
And as the clawed hands kind of unfurl, it leans forward with a snarl, and you recognize these as gargoyles. And the 2 right next to you have also come awake. The one on the podium is still a statue.
Uh-oh. How big are they? Can they fit through this hallway here?
Yes, they can. They're medium creatures.
Crap.
I would like you guys all to roll initiative.
I was going to ask if they noticed us, but they probably...
As this is happening, I use the Mage Hand to just splash around in the bowl because I'm frustrated. It's just splashing.
Wait, sorry, you're just splashing around.
The Mage Hand is now because it's mad. It's like throwing the water everywhere.
It's not water; it's blood.
It's throwing the blood everywhere.
Nasty.
It's mostly dried, but the small amount that is still liquid is splashing.
Sorry, you need an initiative check.
Go to your character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so Griffin, you are up first.
Alrighty. Well, Griff is going to jump into the one up here onto his right, and he's going to have his great axe pulled out and swing it away right at the gargoyle.
Okay, go ahead and roll for a hit. 8 doesn't hit.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's a natural 1 anyway.
That was a natural 1 7. Looking slightly embarrassed. He hangs his head in shame.
I lean over to him. I'm like, we've both made terrible mistakes in this last minute.
As you can see, the gargoyle makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one with its claws. The gargoyles are going next.
You know where the pain's coming from.
So this one's going to go ahead and use both of its attacks on Griffin.
Yeah.
It rolled a 13 and a 6, which both miss, I believe.
My armor class is 17.
Perfect. Okay. This one here is going to come around and take both of his attacks against Doran.
Okay, give me 1 second. I might roll a reaction on it.
Okay. It rolled a 13 and a 20.
How much do I take?
You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Okay. Now this gargoyle here is going to move in, and he's going to take 2 attacks against you, Shane.
Gotcha.
That's an 18 and a 16, so you take 7 points of piercing.
I will use my reaction to cast shield.
Okay.
Which gives me an extra 5 AC. Brings my AC to 20.
Okay, so neither of them hit then. And then this guy's going to go ahead and take his attacks against Griffin. One of them was a crit. The other one was a 12, so you take 14 points of piercing damage.
Oh, things are not looking good.
Good to know.
All right, Doran, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my sorcery points to use my metamagic ability for twin spell. Let me put that in the chat, which lets me use a attack against 2 targets if it's a single target spell. And I'm going to firebolt the 2, this guy and this guy.
Okay.
So there's the first
Now,
one.
do you have to roll for that twice?
Yeah,
Or do you
I think so. I think so. I think it's...
I guess it would be 2 rolls, yeah.
Yeah, so the first one's 12 damage. And then the second one is a 13. I don't know if that hits.
The 26 hits, but the 13 misses. Okay.
He didn't die.
He did not die.
Oh no!
He doesn't even really look phased, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
The fire kind of bursts out from your hands, and he looks down at it and kind of gives a little smirk.
As my bonus...
And looks back at you with his steely gray eyes.
As my bonus action... I look at Griffin and I'm like, I don't know if this is a good idea, but I take the vial out of my pouch.
Okay.
I'm just nervously holding it for a minute.
All right.
Just for right now.
Okay. Then if that's it, Griffin, you're up.
Right. Griffin, after getting smacked with a pretty tough hit there, seems to have kind of woken up, and a big grin just comes onto his face, and he just looks like he's in his zone. So he's going to use his action surge, so he gets a bonus 2 actions this round.
Okay.
So I can make 3 attacks.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm gonna attack the first one on my right with my axe. 9.
9 misses.
All right. So I'm gonna swing again. And 24.
Yep.
Okay, so that does 5 points.
Okay, so you swing your great axe into the creature's abdomen, and you just hear a sickening thud. It's almost like as though you just hit a rock with your axe. Barely cuts into the gargoyle's flesh. So I'll just tell you that your great axe, they have... It's not immunity, it's the other one. Resistance against your great axe attacks.
Ooh.
So that does 2 damage.
Yikes.
All right. Well, that definitely puts a damper on his mood. He looks a little razzled as smacking his toe taps with his axe doesn't really seem to help. So, he's going to... I still have one more action. So we'll back into the corridor, I suppose.
Okay.
And risk whatever attacks of opportunity they get.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 attacks of opportunity against
Oh
you.
gosh.
I do it anyways.
That's all right.
Go down this hallway here.
They rolled a 10, a 6, and a 19. So for the 19, you take 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And say,
I
think we should get out of here.
All right. It's the gargoyle's turn next.
Oh, no.
The 2 that were fighting with Griffin are going to... the one actually that's still on his stand kind of looks at him and then doesn't move after him. And the other one moves in towards Doran.
Oh.
They had one natural 1.
Perfect.
They had a 23.
Okay.
A 21.
Okay.
A 16.
Okay.
And a 13 and a 6. So the 23 and the 21 and the 16, I believe, all hit.
Yeah, I'm not going to use shield because it'll stop one of them, but just the one.
Yeah. Oh no, it's shield is active for the rest of.
Oh yeah, you're right. So
yeah,
only
so +5 to AC.
So I have
2
20 AC.
of them will still hit.
Okay.
because you have 15 naturally. That'll bring it up to 20. So the 21 and the 23. In total, you take 6 points of slashing damage and 3 points of piercing damage. And that's the end of their turn. What would you like to do, Doran?
So before I do my move action, it's probably just like a bonus action.
Right.
I take the lid off the vial and I just kind of sprinkle some on the gargoyle in front of me.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
Then I run over here by Griffin.
Okay, so I'm assuming you took the disengage action before you ran.
Yeah, that'll be my action. Will be disengage.
Okay, that's fine. Then there's no opportunity attacks.
I'll actually go there.
Kind of looking back behind you as you run, you see the gargoyles turn and begin to go back to their podiums. It seems that they are here to protect this room.
that was really bad.
I hurt.
Yeah.
Next time, if we're gonna fight something, let's fight something that's not made of stone. Because really, my axe doesn't do too much against those guys.
Yeah. Fire didn't seem to do much either. It's more of a flesh thing. All right. So, do you have any healing potions or anything like that?
I don't.
Oh, no.
Get a short rest here in the hallway, maybe, if you wanted.
Can we?
You can. It's up to you guys. You can take a long rest if you wanted to.
Yeah, we should just take a long rest. We just have a nap in this hallway.
To be honest, I don't really feel that safe,
Yeah.
We're this close to the gargoyles.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they did turn back to stone. I don't think they'll do anything in this hallway. You want to just do a short rest? Or long rest? What do you think?
I have an ability I can use, too, to help myself heal, but I can only use it once per short rest, so short rest would be great.
Gotcha. Cool. I think we're going to do a short rest, Jimmy.
Okay. Mark, go ahead and use your ability to heal up.
I have second wind.
Yep.
Which is a 1d10 plus my fighter level, which is 5.
Can I use hit dice to regain health on it?
On a short rest, you can.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I got 5 dice, so I can use 2 dice? Is that right? 2, 3, no.
You can use as many as you want. You can do them one at a time.
Okay,
so
yeah,
if
that's
you roll
right.
poorly, then you can use another one.
I think it's a D6 that I have. So
Yeah.
3. Oh,
You're rolling so well, Shane.
I know. I'm at 29, and that's all 5 of my hit dice. Perfect.
Okay, you don't.
I'm at full health.
Yeah, you only gain, I believe it's half of your hit dice rounded down every long rest, just so you know. So you'll only gain 2 of those back after a long rest. But
that's okay. I got this mysterious vial.
That's true.
Cool. Yeah.
Apparently, it doesn't do anything gargoyle.
Nope.
I'm gonna roll a hit die too, for
okay.
extra little boost.
Yep. Perfect.
25 of my 31 hit points, so I'll go ahead and stop there.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and take a short rest, which is about an hour. You don't have to be sleeping. You can be reading. You could be whatever it is. If there's anything special that you want to do during this time, let me know. Otherwise, we'll continue on from there.
No. I think
Chilling in the hallway.
I think Doran's just he's just looking at that vial, just playing around with it. Not drinking it or anything crazy, but just looking at it.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you don't really notice anything more very special about the vial. It's just it had that faint magical aura, and it has a holy symbol on it. So at the end of your short rest, there was nothing that happened during it. You didn't really hear any noises other than the scraping of stone on stone as the gargoyles put themselves back in place. But otherwise, the temple is quiet. So your short rest comes to an end, and now you are here on this staircase, kind of in the middle of a hallway. What would you like to do?
Right. Well, Doran, if you're ready, I think I'd like just to go down the hallway here and see what happens.
Yeah. You know what, Griffin? I made the last decision, and it went really poorly, so I'll follow your lead.
Just don't touch any more bowls.
Yep. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Okay, as you guys come up to this area here, you look through the doorway to the right, and you see a small room. It seems to be well furnished. You notice that the furniture is all quite small. You wouldn't really be able to fit your knees under these tables. There's a desk to the one side, and it's got torches above it. It's got some, looks like some coins sitting on the surface, and there's also a scroll there. Could somebody make a perception check for me?
You want us both to?
Either of you is fine, or both if you'd like to
Sure.
both check it out.
Dude, I came up to the door first. Perception check.
That's good.
What do you see, Griffin?
Everything.
Everything.
Okay. Directly across from you on the wall, you notice another rune carved into the wall. This one doesn't look like a sideways T. This one looks like a triangle. You also notice there's some crates and barrels in the corners, and one of them, the lid is askew. And also on the far end of the room, there is about 10 foot wide. It looks like a gate of some kind. It's quite like it's almost like a lattice gate, but it's quite thick. The lattice is quite thick, so it's hard to see through.
Are you moving in?
Yeah. I'll just move in a little bit. It looks pretty safe, Doran, so...
Oh, okay. These
There's,
tables are small.
Most tables are for me, unfortunately.
Oh. How big is Griffin?
He's like 6'4", just
Okay.
more muscular than he is like football player.
Gotcha.
Linebacker. There's a thing to read over on the table, looks like.
The scroll?
You wanna take a look at that?
Absolutely. Go over it. Is that an actual scroll, or is it just in the picture?
It is an actual scroll. Upon it seems to be a magical transcription, lamenting the fact that you're not a wizard and you can't learn spells by reading them. Yeah, you recognize it as being a magical sort of incantation or something.
Like, how to learn magic. Like, it's like an incantation of...
Yes.
Gotcha.
The
Like-
spell, because you are not well learned, you're not
Yeah.
able to discern
Yeah.
what it is from the description of it.
Yeah.
And there's no like header.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't say
It's
what
not like
spell it
how
is.
to cast a fireball.
Yeah, exactly.
Darn. It's Griffin, it's a scroll teaching magic, but not my kind of magic.
Let me just point out again that you guys found the lid of this crate was askew. It's not quite sealed.
All right.
Griffin-
Well, now that we've checked out the reedy thing, there's this box over here.
This looks like a Griffin thing.
Griffin's gonna pop the lid off more and see what's in there.
Okay, so you open it up, and inside you see like rows of glass bottles. It looks like there's probably like 5 by 5, so it's 25 glass bottles, and it looks like the crate was probably filled recently. You recognize these as healing potions.
Are these empty bottles or full bottles?
They're full. It looks like they're probably being packed to ship out.
What did you find over there, Griffin?
If I'm not mistaken, these look like a bunch of healing potions. A lot
I
of
rush
them.
over.
You still need any healing?
Yeah, we should just take them. Just fill our pockets.
They, belong to someone, and then they come back and see that they're gone.
But once we figure out the barbarians, we can return them, unless the barbarians kill us because we don't have healing potions.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grab a couple of them. Are they particularly big? Can I grab like 4?
They're pretty small. Like they fit comfortably inside your hand. It's about the circumference of like a beer bottle, but not quite as tall. It's probably about, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches tall with a cork in it.
I've got a backpack, so I'm just gonna kind of throw those in.
Okay, how many?
4 bottles.
All right. So you take 4 healing potions. You can add that to your inventory.
I'll grab a couple as well.
Okay, so 2 more.
How many are in there?
There's 25 in total,
Okay,
so Mark just took 4 of them.
I'll take
There's
4 as
21
well.
left.
We'll be. And then while I'm doing it, I compare it to the bottle I had earlier to see if they're the same from the skeleton.
Oh, no, the flask is made of metal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like a screw-on lid and like a leather wrapping.
Gotcha.
So no, it's
Oh,
it's
right.
very
Were you comparing the liquid or the bottle?
The bottle mostly.
Oh, I forgot to mention when you poured out the vial,
I just give it like a
flask.
sprinkling, just a little sprinkling.
Yeah. When you did that, you noticed that the liquid you were pouring was very clear and had no smell.
Interesting.
From your best guess,
It's
it's probably
holy water. I think I have holy water.
Guess we won't really know till we use it on something.
That's true. Doesn't work on gargoyles, I can tell you that much.
All right, Griff's gonna walk over to this lattice.
Okay.
Do you know anything peculiar about it?
Go ahead and
any
make
way to open
an
it?
investigation check.
While he's doing that, I just leave a little note on the crate that says, "Borrowed some potions will return after we fix your temple."
All right, Griffin, with your investigation, you are able to see that it seems to run on a track, and if you were to try to open it, the lattice would sort of collapse in on itself. So it's almost like an expanding door.
All right. Griff doesn't really get how the mechanism works, but he's just gonna grab it and try to pull it open.
Okay, it opens quite easily. So you pull it back, and the door sort of like collapses in on itself and becomes about 3 feet wide. So you've got like a nice 7-foot wide opening into a small room. I'm gonna go ahead and reveal this area for you.
And I made a door.
That's amazing.
There are 3 beds in here. Again, they are quite small. If you were to try to lay down on one, as soon as you walk into the room, that door slams shut. Doran is on the other side.
Oh, Griffin?
Doran, I think I'm on the wrong side of the door.
I think so as well. What do you see in there?
Well, it looks like a couple of tiny beds.
Just
And I'm now regretting not taking our short break in here.
just
Looking
tiny
at the size
beds.
of these beds, they wouldn't really have fit me too well anyways.
We could put 2
Yeah,
together.
if you were to lay down on it, like either your head or your feet would be hanging off by about 8 inches.
Do you see anything else in there, Griff?
I'm gonna take a little poke around. Do I see anything else?
Roll an investigation check.
Always look under the beds.
Is that a... I got a helpful tip from a friend.
Gives him advantage. Whoa!
You didn't need it. All right, you are able to make out 3 small beds, a stone floor and walls. It's quite clean in here, actually. There doesn't seem to be much dust. And looking under the beds and around, there are no loose bricks, no secret spots to touch on the walls, nothing out of the ordinary. It just seems, by your best estimation, to be some sort of a prison cell.
I try to open the gate from this side.
Okay, roll a strength check for me.
Oh gosh. This probably won't work that well, Griffin, but I'm gonna try to open the door. No,
I just investigate.
not a nat one, but a 2.
You
Minus
grab the door, and your fingers kind of fit into the spaces in the lattice. And as you begin to pull, they pinch you.
Oh!
And so you pull your fingers out and shake your hands really fast.
Oh! Ah! I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, I guess I don't know either. Griff is gonna walk back over and try to pull the door too.
Okay, make a strength check.
I'll move out of the way.
Just in case, you smash on the door or something. Nope.
You grab the handle, which is on both sides of the door, and you give it a pull, and it doesn't budge. I'll remind you that this lattice is made of wood.
Of what? Of wood?
Yes.
I cast Fireball at it. Griff, stand back! Griffin, stand back!
Wait, sorry. Are you casting Fireball or Firebolt?
Firebolt.
There's a big difference.
Firebolt. Sorry. I go back here and I hit it with a Firebolt.
Okay. I'm not going to require you to roll for the attack on that one. That'll just hit. So roll damage.
Here, I'll just do the whole 10.
Okay, 23 would have hit no matter what. Yeah, so with that amount of damage, the door burns down quite quickly. The wood was dry, well seasoned. Griff, you are now free to leave.
Emerges and says,
How earth become an old man in this cell?
Dor starts laughing.
acting really wasn't my strong suit.
Griffin, I've realized something. We're not investigators. We should play to our strengths. You smash things and I throw fireballs.
All right, sounds good.
We have a new game plan now.
I think I'm done with this room, so
Yeah.
head back out here.
I'm trailing Griffin. Wherever you want to go, just lead us. I'll just be trailing you, telling you my theory of what's going on. So I have a theory, Griffin. I think the barbarians have enslaved tiny people to make healing potions, and that's a jail cell for tiny people.
Why was I in it?
Because you went in it. You walked into it.
Oh, true.
Okay, so you guys come to a hallway. On your right is a wide staircase. On your left is double stone doors. And then farther down the hall to your right is another single stone door. Griff, could you roll a perception check, please? Beyond the torches on the wall and the doors, you don't really notice anything peculiar about this room. As you come up towards the stairwell, you can see down the length of this hallway as well. And you notice there is blood covering the floor towards a large circular, what you would describe as a magical circle, for lack of a better term, with a large snake curled around it.
What do you see, Griff?
You might want to see this for yourself. It's a little scary.
Also, in this hallway where the staircase is, you also see two more gargoyles. They're currently not moving.
No.
And there's gargoyles.
Well,
We know we don't touch the bowl, right?
we do not touch the bowl.
Maybe,
Deal.
Let's check out some of these other doors here first.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We can always check out the other stairs too later, and there was always that place I saw the magic outside if we get really scared.
Sure.
I mean, if we change our minds and want to go outside.
I'm kind of feeling like we might want to avoid this snake for a little while.
Yeah, you and I both. Great minds think alike.
Alright, I'm going to walk over. Does this door here open at all?
You try the door and it doesn't budge.
I pull on this candlestick on the wall.
It comes off. It's a torch. So you're now holding a flaming torch in your hand.
Did you hear a door open anywhere, Griffin?
But last time you played with fire, a door opened.
That's true.
I'm going to come over and try this door.
Okay. Similar to the other stone doors, it does not budge. Doran, I'd like you to make a perception check.
Right.
And Griffin, I'd like you to make one as well.
Right?
12.
Okay. You notice immediately what Griffin failed to see earlier, which is on the wall on the very end of the hallway there is carved another rune. This one looks like a half moon.
A half moon?
Yep.
Right. Griffin, I don't know why, but I feel these runes are important.
I wasn't paying attention. What did you just say?
Runes good on the walls.
Can you read them?
No, well, we have a sideways T, a triangle, and a half moon.
I have no idea what to do with those.
Either do I. I feel like we should check out this area over here. Down the staircase. Over here where we took our nap. What do you think?
Finn starts to run after his friend who is just seeming to run away.
Just like running back. Doran's running back and forth like, I think we should check out this room over here. And then he like runs back. He's like, over there!
Okay, you get to the end of this hallway, and the stone door, similar to the ones that you ran into in the other hallway, it has no handle, and it doesn't budge when you try it.
Griffin, it looks like we're at an impasse here. All the stone doors don't open. What do you think about checking out those passages outside? Before the snake room. I mean, there's still the snake room, of course.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it that way, maybe we should go check outside before we try our friendly snake room.
Yeah. When we get to the gargoyle room, let's just run.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
3,
so
2, I was only at 2!
you run through the gargoyle room.
We look in. Do they come
you
alive when
find
we look in?
the busted doors are still in the state they were that you left them, and the gargoyles don't move as you pass through the room.
Alright. Okay, so Griff, this one had magic. We know how that's been going for us so far, and this one didn't. I vote we check the non-magic one first.
It makes complete sense.
Okay, so you guys head up this corridor. You find a rather large room with multiple sort of twisting and turning passages. And there are 3, it looks like tombs, basically, with the image of a noble figure carved into the stone that lays on top.
I start looking around for symbols. Any kind of symbols. Runic symbols.
On the walls and stuff. Make an investigation check.
And sees a full drum
Or
kit.
perception, whichever one.
I did 21 for investigation.
Yeah, that's good. So, poking around, you don't notice any of the runes that you found inside.
Okay.
But you do find 2 more smaller tombs, or coffins, I suppose is a better word. One of them is broken. The top is sort of shattered into pieces, and you find inside a rusty sword and a ring sitting on the finger of the skeleton inside.
So the skeleton's still in there?
It is.
I check out the ring, see if it's got anything interesting on it.
Okay, so you pull it off, and looking it over, make an Arcana check for me.
9.
Just your sort of, I mean, the fact that you're a sorcerer, magic flows through your body naturally, and you feel it pulsing from this ring. You're unsure what type of magic it is, but you know that this ring is powerful.
I just keep it. I keep it on me right now. And I'm like, Griff, you should take a look at a sword. That's kind of your thing.
That sounds
are you going to
cool.
put the ring on, or are you just keeping it like on your person?
I like gingerly like put it near my finger to see if it does anything before putting it on. Like, just kind of like play cautious. When it gets close to my finger, what do I feel? Does it?
Right towards the tip of your finger. It's just sort of passing the fingernail. You still feel it pulsing with magic, but nothing really seems to change.
I put it right on.
Okay. As you put it on, you feel sort of a warmth fill you. And looking around, you have this sense that, like, you can control anything.
I can control anything, is how I feel right now.
Alright. Sorry, Griffin, what were you doing?
Bad. I had accidentally hit mute. So I was explaining my situation and
That's awesome.
Well, so Griffin was taking a look at the sword, but upon seeing his friend put the ring on, he was curious and watched. Does he see anything happen to Doran?
You see kind of like a light, almost like a flame behind his eyes, ignite suddenly and then quiets.
Right.
You doing okay
Doran-
over there, Griff?
Yeah, well, are you?
You're staring a lot.
You look a little more scary than normal.
Whoa, thank you. I mean, it's scary.
You're looking more adventurely.
Oh, thank you.
But
All
yeah,
right.
anyways, the sword. Do I notice anything about the sword?
You pick up the sword and it crumbles in half.
Oh crap!
It is very rusty.
Well,
Man, I've just been breaking everything today.
all right. What do you want to do here, Griff?
Let me point your attention to the fact that there are still 2 more staircases at the end of this room.
Here
Don't
and
think
here.
you can actually see that one that well, but yes.
Yeah.
I guess we can keep looking, unless you want to
Yeah.
go back and look at the bodies. But
I feel great. I feel like I can control things or something like that. So let's go.
you would like my boss.
All right, which one do you want to check?
So Griff is just gonna head over to the staircase here.
Okay. Are you going to go up it, or are you just going to look up?
First step and look up.
Okay. You see it widens out. To the right, you can see another broken, open coffin.
Advance all the way up to the top.
Okay, so as you step into this room, you can see actually that the staircase, the other staircase, connects into this room as well. Across the way is an intact coffin.
Right. You want to take a look in that coffin there? It looks like it's kind of open.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, Griffin, I'll let you roll the investigation for this one, because it was your idea.
All right.
You find, actually, there is no corpse or skeleton in this coffin, but left behind are some clothes and a gold necklace.
Ooh.
The necklace is worth approximately 200 gold pieces.
Wow, this gold necklace looks like it's worth a lot.
Are you gonna take it?
Griff reaches in and takes the gold necklace.
I was
Okay.
joking. That's stealing, Griff.
You take the gold necklace, and you're now in possession of a gold necklace worth 200 gold pieces.
What else did he see in there?
Just some like old clothes. No corpse though.
I wonder if that corpse was the one with the flask I had earlier. Maybe. Walk over here
Okay.
and just look out this way. See what's going on up there.
All right. To the right, you see another staircase, and then past that, there are 2 more open coffins.
Let's each take a coffin and look inside it, Griff.
Okay, so for the sake of simplicity, I'll just tell you that there are no bodies in either of them. All there is in Doran's a rusty dagger, and in Griffin's a rusty sword. Both look in very bad disrepair.
Just a rusty dagger. I walk over the
Griffin's gonna
stairs.
pick up the rusty sword again.
This one doesn't crumble and snap in half the way the other one did, but you can feel the rust flakes like breaking off in your hands.
This one looks pretty rusted too. And then Griffin is going to chuck it very hard against the wall.
Okay. You chuck it, and now it snaps in half.
I didn't want to ruin my streak.
Well played, Griff. Walk down the hallway.
All right. As you round the corner, you can see at the end of the hallway, it's actually a staircase, is another stone door, similar to the ones you encountered inside.
I walk up to it.
Okay. Do you try the door?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
I look around for symbols. No symbols.
No symbols on these walls.
Okay. It's dead end, Griff. It's a dead end. I try to open the door
Another
using
door.
the power of the ring.
Okay.
I just focus.
You reach out your hand, and you can feel the stone rumbling.
I feel something.
Which direction are you trying to send this door? Are you trying to swing it open, or are you trying to send it up or down, or what?
I'll try sending it up.
Up, okay. So, the door is suddenly forced upwards and just crumbles into gravel, basically.
Whoa!
We're
good at breaking things.
The ceiling above, the ceiling above has sort of been like almost punctured, I suppose is the right word, even though it's made of stone. But that power surges through your body once again, and I'll tell you now, you are in possession of a ring of telekinesis.
Hey, Griff.
What did you just do?
I don't know. But let's check out this room. That was pretty cool.
Also, can we use that on a gargoyle?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Can we move the gargoyles with my ring?
Next time we're in a fight, that might be better than a fireball.
True. Or anytime you get stuck in a door. Look around this room.
True.
Okay, so this is a very powerful ring. What it allows you to do is, while you're wearing it, you can cast the telekinesis spell at will.
Okay.
But you can target only objects that aren't being worn or carried. So you cannot use the regular telekinesis to...
Gotcha. Like move around Griff's axe or something.
You could do that if he's not carrying it.
Right.
And yeah, you can't use telekinesis on creatures, which you normally could. But as when you're moving objects, you can move things that weigh up to 1,000 pounds.
Whoa! Okay.
Which is why you're able to crumble that door.
Gotcha.
Okay, so inside of this room, you notice there are barrels stacked up in the four corners.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check, Doran, or a perception, I suppose.
Perception?
Yep.
17.
So you notice that underneath the barrels, there are no taps in them. However, a couple of them are leaking, and you can see a red fluid coming out from them.
I look closer and kind of invest. I don't touch it, but I'm curious if it's blood or if it's potion.
Okay, so you, as you get closer, you notice the familiar smell of a healing potion kind of emanating from the liquid.
Griff, these are barrels of healing potion.
That's a lot of healing potion.
That's a lot of healing potion. My midget theory is working out now.
Griff is just going to pick up a barrel and try to swash them in his mouth.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Doran's just cheering him on. He's like, chug, chug, chug.
Okay, so there are no openings in these barrels. They are sealed. You pick one up and hold it above your head, expectantly waiting for the potion to run into your mouth, and then you kind of lose your grip and it hits you in the face. Roll a strength saving throw. You thought you broke your nose probably, but then kind of wiping your face, there's just a little blood running out of your nose, and your nose is more or less intact. The barrel falls off to one side. You manage it to keep it from knocking you over, crushing you. But no potion came out.
Oh, that didn't work.
I lean over to Griff. I'm like, I probably should have lifted the barrel with telekinesis or something, but hindsight is 2020. Yeah. just for Griff's entertainment, I take one barrel and I telekinesis it into the ceiling really hard.
Okay, so it bursts, and about what you would guess is something close to 30 gallons of healing potion just splash onto the floor.
Yay!
Griffin, you gain 3 hit points.
Success! That's all I wanted.
Then I move over to the store. Oh, that's great.
Are you gonna try to open the door with telekinesis or regular?
Oh yeah. Who needs hands? Who needs hands now?
Same as before?
No, I push this one forward.
Forward, okay, so it cracks into multiple pieces and litters the stairway behind it, which I will show you in a second. Here we go. As you begin to make your way down this corridor, I'll just reveal everything that's here. At the end is one more stone door.
I shoot this door forward.
Okay, so same thing as before. And as you guys open up into this room, you recognize it as the same...
The snake room?
Sort of, yeah, the snake room.
I run back this way.
But before you do, you notice that the snake is now alert and at attention. Before it was... You weren't sure if it was sleeping or just ignoring you.
I think it heard
Now
the
it's
large
looking at you.
shattering door.
Would make sense.
Oops.
Go ahead and reveal the rest of this room for you guys.
Cool. Is that a door right beside us too?
Yeah, there are two on either side of you.
Before I run away, I smash these doors.
Okay. Looking in, you can see what look like small cots with chests next to them.
Looks like more bedrooms. Cool. I'm not gonna go in one of them.
These beds, strangely, are human-sized.
Hey, big people.
Do you want to come back here later? Do a little
Right now
more
there's a
investigating.
snake outside the door.
Giant
I don't
snake.
wanna-
Yeah,
I don't
let's.
wanna jump in.
We'll come back here in a bit.
Okay, as you guys exit that big room, you just see the snake like gazing after you. Actually, Griffin, could you roll a perception check for me? Okay, so you were mostly keeping your eye on the snake as you entered this room, so you don't notice too much more other than the statues that are very similar to the one that you found in the first room, holding the bowls of blood. But the snake's face is strangely... It has almost human features. And that's all you notice.
Oh, is that it?
That was a weird looking snake, and I kind of share my observation with Doran.
That's okay. Let's get away from weirdo snake.
No, I didn't want to play with it before, but wait, Doran, where are we going?
I don't know. Maybe that magic area from earlier. And we can blow up those doors that we saw earlier. Remember the ones that you couldn't open? We can blow them up.
I'll just go the short way back to those doors.
Through the snake room?
Snake room. Come on, Doran. Don't.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna.
I actually
Okay.
just noticed that there's actually doors here, but we'll say that for the sake of
I blow them up.
the narrative that they are not closed. They're open.
Okay, gotcha.
We're going to.
On the
in
count
that
of
case,
on the count of three. 3, 2, 1.
Griffin's
Griffin's already
so-
like gone.
Yeah. I'm like, and 1, and then I go.
Does snake seem to care?
The snake is just watching you guys.
Okay. Alright.
That wasn't too bad.
Have you seen any barbarians yet? I haven't. We walk
Can I mirror?
through this way. Very scared, walk through this way. And then blow this door up.
Okay, you blow that door up, and inside, for the sake of expediency, I will stop narrating what happens to the doors. Inside of here, you see there's some weapon racks on the north side of the room, and there is a sword lying on a table on the south side with some more crates.
Griff's gonna walk over to the sword and pick it up.
Okay, it is a very well crafted sword. It's a long sword. Are you going to add that to your inventory?
Yeah, he'll give it a swing or two just to kind of feel the weight,
Okay.
and then
Yeah, so you swing it around, and it feels quite well balanced. Nothing like extraordinary of it, but it's well made.
Doran, you care if I take this sword?
All you. I don't like swords. It seems like it would be too big for me. While he does that, I return the torch I took earlier back to its spot. I come back in the room.
Yeah, this whole place is quite well lit, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, I'm just gonna strap the sword onto my back to look even more intimidating.
Hey, Griff, want to see a magic trick? And I come over to this door and I blow.
Alright. Inside is another cot, human-sized, and a table with some letters, and another chest beside it. Okay, going through the letters, it seems to be some sort of personal correspondence. You get the sense that from actually some of the wording on one of them that these were written quite a long time ago. It's just talking about kind of current events, how things are going, and the fact that all is quiet.
Okay. Nothing great. Just people's drama.
I like a good Jane Austen novel. Well, Griff is going to take a look in that chest.
Okay, so opening up the chest, you find it looks like just a couple of pairs of clothing, some sort of personal hygiene items, as much as they had back in these fantasy medieval days. And at the bottom, you find a very well crafted, ornate dagger.
I'm going to kind of push the other stuff aside and pick up the dagger.
Okay. This is a +1 dagger, so it's technically a magical item. You could add that to your inventory as well if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll take that too. Or before I do, I'll say, hey Doran, I found this cool dagger. It looks a little magical.
I'm just like, cool, bro! And then I go over here and I blow this door up.
Inside of this door, you find a low table. There are more scrolls and parchment here with what you would guess is magical writings, pen and ink, and then lining the walls are shelves with racks of scrolls, which you're guessing are probably all magical in nature.
But I don't understand any of them, right?
You do not. They are very similarly written to the one you found earlier.
Interesting. I leave the room. Nope, beyond my abilities.
I think there was another crate in here, right?
Yeah, there's several crates. There's the big one and the two smaller ones. They all have the lids kind of popped off partly. If you take a look in those, you will find what seems to be like parts actually for weapons.
Anything that I could assemble?
If you would like to try, go ahead and make a
Animal handling.
Animal handling.
Probably just make an intelligence check.
Rate my best feature. It has taken, I think, here for a second to figure out how to do an intelligence check. All right.
11.
All right. Kind of looking around, you can recognize some of the parts on some of these. There are, it looks like cross guards and the wrap for the handle of a sword, as well as in one of the crates there are a bunch of pommels. There are also the metal, bow. That's part of a heavy crossbow, an arbalest to be specific. And then there's crossbow stocks on the weapon racks in the other room. However, with your intelligence of 11, you're able to identify the parts, but not really how to put them together.
Griff is very intrigued, but gets a little bored and walks back out to the hall.
Okay.
I'm like, Griff, we got more doors to blow up.
Cool. I found a bunch of disassembled weapons, but
oh, nice.
blowing up kind of sounds more fun right now.
Oh, yeah. Blow this one up.
Okay. Boom. Okay, there is a... it's like a hallway, basically. Bookshelves on the two walls.
Is this a door over here?
That is a stone door.
I immediately run over there and blow it up.
Okay. And inside of here, this seems to be the kitchen. So there are 3 barrels. They are labeled wine. And then a table with some recently cut fish and other food items.
Recently cut.
Yes.
Interesting. I blow this door up.
Okay. Through here is
Like, Griff, I like this ring.
I like this room. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
a staircase.
I think I want to head down first.
Okay, so heading down, you notice that
It's just the exit.
well, the magical door that you found earlier is blocking the way out of here.
Oh. The magical door from earlier is blocking our way out of here.
Any idea how to dispel that magic?
I try to blow it up.
It works.
I dispelled it. Yep, it's outside. Then I go upstairs.
Doran, I feel like in one of these rooms we're gonna find a key, and then we're gonna feel really dumb.
like, we were sent here to protect the temple, not to find keys. And then I blow this door up as I say it.
Okay, inside of here, you just find a bunch of crates and barrels.
Alright, this is gonna sound crazy, Griff, but I think all that's left for us to do is fight that snake. Or drink my weird liquid I found earlier, or put it on those graves earlier. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the graves are a little suspicious, but I think I'm ready now. Let's go find out what the snake is all about.
Maybe we can talk to him.
Does that have
Or-
a face?
Or fireball him.
Sorry, did you guys look inside of those crates or no?
I
Quiet
actually
voice in
don't
our
think we
head
did.
tells us to look inside the graves.
Griffin, roll an investigation check.
Doran's just confused. He's like, why did Griffin run from over here to up to here? I'm so confused right now. I thought we were going to fight a snake.
Oh yeah, I was gonna check these boxes, but it's dark in here.
I use my cantrip cast light to give him some light.
Okay, well, with that then, his investigation began with him looking hopelessly in the dark and just sort of standing in the middle of the room looking around, like,
Here, let me put that.
not remembering that you have to take the lid off in order to see what's inside. Once you cast light, then it kind of pops back into his head. Oh yeah, maybe I should check inside of these crates. So you open one up and you find, it looks like sailcloth. Looking through the rest, it just seems like random knickknacks. But you do notice there is a very large, heavy-looking, and ornate flail.
Ooh, this flail looks nice.
You're finding a lot of weapons.
You also find a very delicate, well-crafted pair of metal bracers.
What did you find, Griff?
I don't know what these are.
I go look at the bracers.
Okay. Again, because of the fact that you have innate magic, you're able to recognize that both the flail and the braces are magical.
Getting some magic vibes off these things, Griff.
Oh, down.
Maybe put it down for right now.
I'm gonna put flail down.
I pick up the bracers to actually get like a closer look.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana checks have been going really well for me so far. So
Yeah, I notice.
I have +4. Is it not going through? Oh, there we go. 22.
Oh, there you go. So you immediately recognize that these bracers are enchanted with a defensive spell, and if you were to wear them, because of how delicate they are, they would not count as wearing armor.
Okay, I'll just pop them on. Griff, I'm just gonna pop these on.
They strengthen you, and they add +2 to your AC.
Nice. I feel like I could take a hit a little bit better now. I don't know why. And then I take a look at the flail.
Punches them in the arm.
I'm like, ow! That's I thought we were friends.
Tell a friend to say hello.
Oh, okay.
Shane, if you could update your AC on your
Oh, yeah, of course.
character sheet, that will update it for me as well. Cool.
There we go. Whoa, I am a high AC sorcerer right now.
Yes, you are.
I'll take a look at the flail as well.
Okay, so the flail is giving off like a faint magical aura. No particular school of magic on this one. And this isn't because I don't know what it is, but because it just doesn't have a particular school of magic.
I pick it up and I just hit a crate with it. Like just
You
like
flail it.
Yeah, I flail the flail. Not anywhere near
Alright.
Griff though. Like away from him.
With surprising ease, it shatters the crate into pieces.
That was kind of cool. We're really breaking stuff in here, Griff.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, wow. All right. Oh, what do you want to do
plan
now?
on using that to smash skulls or anything?
I mean, if you want to smash something, I hand it to Griff for him to try it out.
Okay.
Yeah, Griff is gonna smash one of the knights too.
All right. Actually, I should have Shane made you roll something because of the fact that you're not proficient with it. But Griff, you are proficient, and yeah, it feels very comfortable in your hand. You, even though you don't have extensive training with flails, you did train with them a little bit in your time in the military or wherever you gained your martial training. And this one is easily the best you've ever wielded. If you're going to add it to your inventory, it is a +2 flail.
I'm like, this seems like a Griff thing.
I'm gonna add that to my inventory
All
so I
right.
can smash more things.
I just look at Griffin's back, and it's covered in like swords and a flail and an axe and a dagger. I'm like, wow. And then I see a ring and bracers, and I'm like, well, we're finding different things.
You're outfitted.
All right, Griff, we got some pretty cool stuff. Is there anything else you want to do before we go see that snake?
I think we're good.
All right. As we wander back, I keep my eyes open, just looking for like signs, like the carvings, the wall carvings. And I briefly pop my head in here and try to move one of the griffin or the gargoyles with my ring,
I'm sorry, you're going to try to move one of the gargoyles with your ring.
just to see if it works.
Okay. Yeah, it works.
I
where are
smash.
you moving it to?
I smashed this one right here. Oh no! Wait, which one was it that hit me? It was this one that hit me. I just smash it into the wall, and then I leave, just for some payback.
Yeah, so actually, the gargoyle, you see all 4 of them once again become animated. The one that you smashed into the wall is going to take, let's say, I'll give you a maybe 3d10 plus 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right, here we go. D10,
Plus 5, so 15, 18.
23.
23 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just did that as a bit of vengeance, and then I walked back into the hall.
Okay, and then as you guys leave, you see the gargoyles head back to their normal positions.
I'm like, that was for hurting Griff and I. Head back.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay, after you, Griffin.
Sounds good. Let's, Doran, maybe we should try to play nice with the snake before we
Oh,
smash it.
oh
blow
yeah,
it up.
that's. It seems not really our style, but sure, why not?
Well, I mean, we'll give him a fair chance. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
blow him up.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
We're going to slowly approach our serpentine
Wait,
friend here.
Griff!
Oh,
I blow this door up.
so
Okay, so as you guys were coming into the room, the serpent has been waiting for you, and it slowly raises its head as you enter and begins watching you again. As you go over to blow the door, you see it kind of recoil as the sound hits it.
The snake does?
Yes.
yeah, Doran, I don't know if it liked that sound.
I don't think so either. Is that a chest in that room?
As you're beginning to look inside, you hear a voice. It's ethereal, and it seems to be coming from the snake's location, but you don't really see its mouth moving. And it just says, "Why are you here?"
Griff, are you hearing that as well, or did I take something?
Does Griffin hear the voice as well?
Yeah, you both do.
Yeah, Doran, I heard that.
Okay,
And
so
I'm
we
gonna address the snake and say, Snake, we heard there is some barbarians making trouble up here.
Is it you?
I do look
There
like
are many beings who are making trouble these days. You seem to be the ones causing trouble at this particular moment in time.
Well, considering we just blew up a door,
yeah, he's kind of got a point. Is this your door? I asked the snake. Like, you're not really human-shaped. I didn't think it was yours.
I have been tasked with the purpose of protecting this temple. It is not my door that you have blown up, but I am responsible for its well-being.
Who's ruining this temple, then? I mean, aside from us, obviously. But, I heard there's a lot of blood around here. There's a lot of beds and no people in here. I heard it was pretty banged up in this place, you know? Like, all witchcrafty and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I think I understand. There is a small group of barbarians who have been desecrating this temple for several years. They have been unwelcome. Are you here to take care of them?
We haven't seen these barbarians, but yes, we would love to take care of them. Take care of them right upside the sides of their heads.
That's good that you clarified. I wasn't sure if you wanted to take care of them by feeding them and
Oh, no,
meeting their basic needs.
No, absolutely not.
But now that you have clarified, everything is clear to me. I shall let you proceed. And the snake slithers into a hole behind one of the statues that you didn't see when you first arrived. Its long form slowly receding until it's probably about 20 feet long, and as the tail slithers into the hole, you are now left alone and in silence. Just the sound of the torches flickering behind you.
Griff?
Oh, that was weird.
Yep.
Well, I guess we probably should have asked it where the barbarians are at.
Yeah, that would probably have made sense.
Seeing as there's one more door.
I used the ring to take the rubble from this door I destroyed and like loosely rebuild a door out of it.
Oh man. Okay. You attempt to reform the door, and then as the magic of the ring allows them to come to rest on their own, the door just sort of crumbles back down to its foundations.
And just walk away like dusting my hands off, like, job well done. Good as new. Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
I slowly approach where the snake was at.
Okay, as you make your way up to the circle, you notice 3 interesting symbols that match.
A sideways T, a triangle. I check them out.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
My strongest check. 24. Oh, nat 20.
Yeah. Okay, so immediately, of course, recognizing that these are the same symbols you found on the walls, you also see that each one seems to be positioned in front of one of the 3 statues. There's also writing around the ring on the floor, and it's in an ancient language that you are not familiar with. Although, as you pointed out to Griffin, he recognizes it as Draconic. Actually, you probably speak Draconic
I speak
too,
Draconic,
don't you?
yeah.
There you go, both of you do. So yeah, you do recognize the script. The script is telling you that, and actually, let me back up a little bit. The script is not only Draconic, but it is much newer looking than the circle itself. It seems it was engraved somewhat recently. But the script says, essentially, the blood must be cleansed with holy water.
I take my flask of water and I pour it on the blood.
Okay, which statue are you doing?
What is-
Sorry, you're doing the circle.
I was doing the circle.
Okay.
But maybe I should do a statue.
So you pour it on the circle, and it sort of lights up with a faint glow on the lines, but nothing else happens.
I pour some in this bowl.
Okay. So that, as you pour it, you see the statue's eyes light up, and then the bowl kind of like raises up above your head and pours out what was in it. And it was initially filled with blood,
Oh!
but after you poured the holy water in, as it dumps out the contents, all that comes out is crystal clear water.
Oh,
That worked all right.
nice little shower. I do that for this one
Okay, and the same thing happens.
and this one.
And again, the third statue pours out its bowl of water, and it all sort of pools together and flows onto the circle and then down the steps, and it cleanses all the blood that was on the floor.
Check it out.
Huh, that's crazy. I very quickly run back and I pour some in this one.
Okay. The feeling of magical energy that was around this bowl, which technically you still don't have detect magic cast, but
Yeah.
because of your innate magical ability, I'll just say you feel it almost dissipate. The statue does the same thing. It pours the water out of the bowl, and you kind of hear like a crackling sound. Looking at one of the gargoyles, you see cracks begin to form in its form.
I just come over to this one and look. Oh no, this one.
Okay. You're just looking at it?
Griff finally catches up.
Wait, Griff, your flail. Now's a flail in time. I don't know, my accent just changed.
All right.
I go in the hallway.
I have questions, but flailing sounds good, and then you're just gonna smash this one here.
Okay, it smashes into pieces.
Griff, what? Whoa!
That felt really good.
Do this one.
All right. Go around and flail this one as well.
Alright, you go around and you
Do this
do all
one.
of them.
Wait, this one. Do it slowly. Perfect. That one deserves worse.
Alright. Yeah, you've smashed all the gargoyles into bits.
We should see what that water's doing back in the snake room.
The water had ceased flowing. Once the entire room was cleansed of blood, the water sort of just dissipated.
Oh.
Finn's gonna head over here and take a look at these statues. Were there ever gargoyles here?
There are still 2 gargoyles there.
I pour water on it.
You tried that before.
That's true.
You pour the water on it and nothing happens. You do notice that these, similar to the 4 that had formed cracks, these also have now cracks in their bodies where there weren't any before.
Griff,
Alright,
do the thing.
here we go. And Griff's gonna wind up and do like a cool little spin attack and try to hit both with one.
Alright, roll an athletics check.
Yes. Athletics.
Doran sees him prepping for something, and he steps further away. He's like, "You got this."
If you'd prefer, you could roll a performance check, but I feel like athletics is probably better for you.
I'm really more of an athletics person.
Alright, so you begin your flail. It cleaves right through the head of one of them, and then it sort of loses kind of its momentum as you turn to swing it at the other, and you're able to sort of correct it, but only just by bringing the flail upwards, and it takes the nose right off of the other one, but leaves the rest of it intact. And then the flail kind of comes down and hits your shoulder, like the chain kind of rests on your shoulder. The flail sort of hits you in the back, but you don't take any damage.
Well,
Like, that was pretty cool.
defamed it. Its nose is gone.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna finish the job and just smash it.
I look at the hole the snake went down.
Okay, roll investigation.
And as I'm doing it, I'm calling to the snake. I'm like, Snake, we've fixed your thing. Investigation. 15.
Okay. As you lean down towards the hole, your eyes quickly adjust to the dimness, and you see the snake's face is about 3 inches away from you.
Oh! That was scary.
It's just got kind of a confused expression on its face, and it's like, did you need something?
I was like, yep, I'm pretty sure we did the thing, but where are the barbarians? We cleansed it in here.
You have done well. The barbarians, they come and go, as they please. I'm not sure how they have managed to sneak past the Guardians.
Who are the Guardians? Are they gargoyles by any chance?
Centaurs.
Oh, good.
They have been the Guardians for hundreds of years. As have I.
Okay, thanks.
It's all good.
It's creepy every time. Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't ever get any less weird. Griff, I think our job is done here. like we should return to those minotaurs or whatever they are. Those things. As we're leaving, I try to throw together a rudimentary sign that says "No barbarians" and put it on the ground here.
Okay.
Barbarians not welcome. If you're a barbarian and you come in here, you're dumb. So, just
all right,
insult
roll a
it's not a standard check.
Roll an intimidation check.
An intimidation. I got +4 to that. 17.
Okay, so you carve the words quite clearly in bold letters. And as Griff comes out and looks at the message you've left, he kind of is scared for a second.
Did you write that? That's terrifying.
It'll keep those barbarians away. Once and for all.
As you guys come down the ramp, you notice there's a group of 5 halflings covered in animal fur just looking at you with their axes drawn and mean grimaces on their faces.
The first thing I do is point at my sign. I point at my sign.
The one that's in front seems to be the leader, and he steps forward and kind of squints at it, and then he's like, "Ah! Where did that come from?"
You don't want to know. I start to walk away.
As you do, the barbarians begin to file in and block your way.
I write another
brandishing their axes.
I write another sign on the ground in front of me that's even more intimidating.
Okay, as you stoop down to begin writing, the leader says, "What are you doing there? Cease and desist!"
Don't worry about this.
Doran, I'm not sure this is the best time to start writing.
Before you're able to get two letters written down, he rushes at you headlong. And makes and he makes actually he's going to go a reckless. Yeah, so he gets advantage on all melee weapon attack rolls for this turn, but you also get
Gotcha.
advantage against him.
Gotcha. Well,
for his action, he is attacking you with his hand axe, and then as a bonus action, he is using his other one to attack you. So the 22 hits, I believe.
Yep, but I'll cast shield as my reaction. So I have 23. Yeah, I got 23.
All right, cool. So you.
Oh, sorry, 22.
stop
I have
that one.
I have 22.
You have braziers, right?
What's that?
So actually, then 22 hits you, so you take 6 slashing
crap.
damage.
Yeah, you're right.
It's bracers.
Yes.
I was wondering what fire pits would have to do with any of this.
Yeah. Nothing. Okay. I would like you guys all to roll initiative now. What's your dexterity, Doran?
My dex is
Yeah.
15. All right. Well, why mess with a working system? I'm going to wait. What is this? You know what? I'm going to try something a little bit different. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Fireball on this guy.
Okay.
Because or Firebolt, sorry, on that guy.
Yeah. I assumed that's what you meant.
Ooh. Nope.
9 misses.
Yeah. But I get advantage, right? Because he's reckless.
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 21 hits.
For 15.
All right. He takes the firebolt like right to the chest, and you can see him kind of bend over and gasp for air.
Then I'm going to use one of my sorcery points to use Quicken spell, which lets me use one of my spells as a bonus action. And I'm going to use the bonus action as Gust of Wind against those other guys. So let me send that to you.
Okay.
That one is a line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide. Blast from you in a direction you choose.
60 feet by 10 feet. So you can go ahead and position that wherever you'd like. I'll leave that template there then, but I'm actually going to move that to the map layer just so that it's not interfering with. So, strength saving throw, yeah. Your DC is higher than 12, isn't it?
For my spellcasting?
Because they all failed it if it is.
15.
Yeah, okay, so they all failed.
So they all move 15 feet away.
Something like that.
There we go.
If I'm not mistaken, Griffin, you would get an opportunity attack because the guy is going out of your melee attack range. I don't think Doran would get it in this case.
No, I don't
casting
think so.
a spell.
I'm literally casting a spell.
Yeah, Griffin, you can go ahead and roll an opportunity attack.
With advantage?
Not with advantage.
All right.
16 hits, so 10 bludgeoning damage. As the spell pushes this guy away, you like you send your flail at his head, and his head just like bursts like a watermelon.
Oh man,
That's
I made someone else
amazing.
blow up.
That's kind of our thing.
All right. Okay, so now is that the end of your turn? I'm assuming, Doran.
Yeah.
Okay, so now these guys are going to go something like that. Okay. Now these two are going to make hand axe attacks against you, Doran.
Cool.
And they'll use their bonus actions to make second attacks as well.
Gotcha.
So we got a 17 and a 19.
I will use my reaction to cast shield.
Okay, so neither of those hit. This guy was going to throw his axe at you and still will, because he didn't realize you're casting shield. And that would have missed anyways. And then this guy is going to throw his axe at Griffin. I think 15 misses. So you guys are free and clear. Griffin, you're up.
Right. I'm gonna move over to this side of Doran and attack the fellow here with I'm in full flail mode now. Liking the feel of this magic flail, so here we go. I'm gonna swing it at him.
Oh yeah, 18 hits. So 9 damage. Okay, is that all you're doing?
You know what? I'm feeling inspired for smashing the leader's head in like a melon. Griff is gonna use his action. I can never say that right. Action surge.
All right, go for it.
Regardless, I'm gonna take the extra 2 attacks and attack the same guy again with one of them.
All right.
And see how he's feeling after I attack.
Yeah, that hits. So the 2 flail attacks. The first one kind of takes him off guard, and knocks him off balance. The second one goes like right into his abdomen, and you see like the flail has some spikes on it, and where one of the spikes impaled him, you see blood start to spurt out, and he starts to cough up a little bit of blood. He looks pretty rough.
All right, and with one last swing, I'm gonna hit him again.
All right, 13 just hits him. So with that, he's kind of doubled over, and your flail kind of hits him in the side of the head, and he falls over, never to move again.
Bang bang.
All right, and if that's the end of your turn,
That'll be it.
then Doran, you're up.
Cool. So I'm going to use my meta magic for twin spell to cast my firebolt at 2 different targets.
All right.
And I'm going to go on this one and this one.
Okay.
So I'll go on this one first.
Yep.
21 for 11.
Okay, yeah, 21 hits. So yeah, you cast the spell, and then it kind of catches the side of his animal hood on fire, which he hastily slaps out with his hand.
And then I think I missed on this guy.
10. You did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so you send that second firebolt, and it goes wide and hits the tree behind him. All right, then the halflings are up. So this guy's going to come.
This guy starts his turn in the gust, so he has to do his strength save.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
Just because he started in it.
Yep.
Oh, that's 19. A save.
Yeah, so he stands firm, enraged by the fiery spell you sent at him and the death of his friend. He's going to make his 2 attacks against you.
That's a miss. That's a hit.
That's a crit. So that's 8 slashing damage. And then this guy is going to make 2 attacks as well. Both of them miss. This guy is going to run up here, and he's going to make 2 attacks against Griffin. 20 and a 12. I think the 20 hits. So you take 8 slashing damage.
Okie dokie.
And then that's their turn, so Griffin, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and attack the one to my left here with the flail.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of like knock him off his feet with a low sweeping blow, and he stumbles but manages to kind of regain his footing.
That'll be it for my turn.
Okay.
Just one attack this time.
Yep. All right, Doran.
I'll do pretty much the exact same thing I did last turn. I'll use my twin spell to do 2 firebolts. Going on this guy first.
Yep.
13.
13 hits.
For 15 damage.
Yep. That one he takes like right in the face. You see his sideburns get singed off, and it catches his animal hood once again, but he's not able to put it out this time, and he slowly burns to death in front of your eyes.
Perfect. That's awesome.
That was violent.
And then,
beautiful.
It's kind of what we do, Griff. It feels like I've known you for more than like 15 minutes.
Then we're blowing things up.
That is on that one.
Oh, it's been a little over 2 hours, but
plus we had a short rest, so 26 for 6 fire damage on that one.
Okay, on that guy. Oh no, 26 doesn't hit him. He's fine.
26 doesn't hit?
No, I'm joking.
I was like, what type of steroids is this guy on?
You send this firebolt at him, and he sort of manages to move out of the way, and you just kind of get his arm.
I singed him. And then I'll use my bonus action to drink a health potion.
Okay.
2d4, is that what it is?
I think so. Let me check it, actually. 2d4 plus 2.
So 3 plus... So I heal for 5.
Yep. And if that's the end of your turn, the halflings are up.
Yep.
Okay, so now seeing their friends go down...
This one has to do is...
Yes. Very true. 17.
I think
Yeah, that saves. Actually, maybe I should use the red circle for spell save DC. Anyways, so he succeeds the strength throw, so you're keeping up this gust of wind. Actually, you took damage on the last one, didn't you?
Oh, I did, so that should be broken concentration.
So go ahead and do that, and then we'll see.
So that guy survives the wind.
He does, and he makes 2 attacks against you.
That jerk. 21's a hit.
The first one hits 6 slashing damage. And then this guy's making 2 attacks against Mark. Neither of them hit. And
I'm so fast.
they already made their bonus actions, but they're still going to use their movement now as they realize they can't get through your powerful martial defense. So they're going to turn tail and run. You both get opportunity attacks against them.
Oh, nice. Griff, you want to go first?
Sure. Alright. Swing at the first guy who was already engaged with me. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So you swing at him as he's turning around to start running and kind of hit him in the back. He stumbles forward and he keeps going. They can't run because they already used their bonus actions. So they're just going to walk away. This guy, because I'm the DM, I am going to homebrew a rule on the spot. He is going to jump into your gust of wind and use that to carry him an extra 15 feet. So that's 10, 15,
So
25. I'll give him an extra 10 feet.
my opportunity of attack on him is it. Can I only punch him, or can I throw a firebolt at him?
I think you can only use a melee attack.
Okay, I'm gonna try to punch him. I don't. Perfect. I do
21.
0 damage.
0 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Your
I'm like,
modifier.
I just
Your
picture
strength
like
modifier.
myself, or like I would just picture Doran like going for the punch, but he's being like taken with the wind, so that he's like making contact, but he's more just pushing them into the wind.
Yeah. I'm gonna check that. So you lash out and punch him as he jumps into the wind and just kind of brushes back
Yeah.
softly.
Doran's not really a puncher. It's not really his thing.
Griffin, hearing theme song music in the back of his head, vaults over this dead body. Here, and he is just gonna lean in with the flail and smash this guy.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Once again, you aim for the head, and there's just brains everywhere as the guy falls flat on his face. Well, what you can call a face. Whatever's left.
Boy.
Alright.
That would be the end of my turn. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna use second wind and heal myself up a little bit. I
Okay.
can do the so 1d10 plus my level, or 12 points
Nice.
of damage. Which gets me topped up here.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Doran, you're up.
Cool. So I'm going to use one of my sorcery points to do a quickens. Oh wait, no. I'm just gonna throw a fireball at this guy.
Okay. 16 hits. He
Okay.
takes 10 fire damage. He's he is easily extinguished by the gust of wind currently carrying him farther away.
I yell after him. I'm like, "Two can play at this game," and I jump into my gust of wind. And then, as my bonus
Can you do
action,
that?
as my bonus action, I'm gonna use a health potion.
Okay.
Let me roll. Heal for 4.
I'm just
No,
gonna
it's
check something.
It's a gust of wind, but I'm picturing just like a slip and slide.
It's a very low gust.
Yeah, so the gust, because it is emanating from yourself, it
It's
has
still-
to actually follow you. So you jump forward and just land on your stomach. The gust is still coming from you, but it's in front of you the whole time.
Can I just cancel it at this point?
You can drop
Okay,
concentration.
I'm
whenever
gonna
you
drop
want.
concentration on it. Can I have pointed it down at the ground to like give me like to shoot me up in the air more towards him so that I get this epic landing beside him, kind of like an Iron Man flight?
I'll allow that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You can still only go your regular speed,
And
but yes.
when I land, as like just a little thing, I just look. I look this barbarian dead in the eyes. Still a little bit of fire flickering on my hands from hitting him in the back, and I point at my sign by the front door. And I look at him. I was like, "This could have ended earlier and with less bloodshed." And that's it. My turn's over.
So as you land behind him and you say that, you're trying to look him in the eye, but all you can look at is the eye holes of the hood, the animal hood that's flown off the back of his head. As he suddenly stumbles because he was going quite quickly and is now going too fast for his little legs to keep up with. And he like kind of face plants in the dirt. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
He didn't really hear what you said or didn't see where you pointed, but you kind of hear a muffled like coming from him in the dirt. So as he uses his action, half his movement to pick himself up out of the dirt, brush himself off, he wheels back around towards you and takes 2 attacks. They both miss. Discombobulated by everything that just happened. He then, he's already used his bonus action, but he's going to just kind of look at you with this sort of pleading look in his eyes. All right, and Griffin, you're going next.
This is awesome.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move on up to him. And,
He's looking at me with this pleading look in his eyes as Griff comes right beside him.
Just like flail to the head.
I am so Griff is a little uncertain about flailing yet another one of these, and he's gonna just lean in and punch him as hard as he can, non-lethally.
Okay, are you using your weapon or unarmed strike?
It's like,
could
you
I
should
just
use the sword!
You can just like grab the end of the flail and just like nail him in the face if you want to. So you
So I
can
was
still
gonna
get
say,
the
just
bonus
use
of
the
the
pommel.
weapon, but yeah.
Right. I'm gonna just use the flail then and use it non-lethal
Okay.
damage.
Yeah. Alright. It's a good thing you use non-lethal damage because he's unconscious. So you guys have just effectively wiped out a small party of barbarians who I forgot to use their reckless ability the entire time except for the very first turn.
I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe it's just the leader that has that ability. All barbarians, right? So they all get that ability.
Yeah. You guys are in possession of a unconscious halfling barbarian cultist. What would you like to do with him?
I just asked Griff it's okay. I'm like, Griff, I think there's only one thing fitting for this barbarian. And I place him directly in front of the sign facing it, so when he wakes up he sees the sign, no barbarians.
Alright.
And I put some of the gargoyle rubble around him too, just so he knows we mean business and we're not afraid to break a couple gargoyles while we're at it.
Well,
You put
he's
like the head of one of the gargoyles just, like,
Yeah.
right next to the message.
Yeah.
well, he's at that. Griff is going to be digging 4 little halfling holes right next to the sign.
That's like little like tombstones.
Yeah, I'm just burying the bodies there.
Yeah.
Alright.
But before burying the bodies, we will see if they got any coin or anything on them.
Okay. I don't think any of you picked up the coins that were in the room on that table earlier.
No, I think we left them.
Yeah.
If it didn't
I'm pretty
blow
sure you
up, it wasn't worth our time.
did. But searching through the pockets of these barbarians, actually they have sporrans because they're all wearing kilts.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
investigating the crotch pocket. And I got 5.
You find some dried leaves that they, for some reason, stuffed in their sporins, and that's about it.
Well, nothing good to do with leaves, so I feel like this might have ended with something differently. just gonna go ahead and place them in their little graves and all the leaves on top of them like a nice garnish or something.
Like a garnish.
Man.
I'm like, hey Griff, should we tell the Minotaurs what we did?
Yeah, we should get around to it.
Okay, so are you guys then headed towards the centaurs?
Yep, off to see the Minotaurs.
The centaurs are stationed not too far from where you are, and actually one of them overheard you.
What's that?
One of them overheard you saying that.
Yeah.
Because they're stationed not very far from where you are. And he's the one that didn't really look happy about you going in here. So as you approach them, he comes up to you with his pike and levels it at your face. What did you call me?
I said, I have to go see the Minotaurs.
They're centaurs.
Oh!
He shoves his pike into your face.
I'm like, I'm sorry. Sometimes when I translate from English to Elvish, it's all confusing. I am terribly sorry. Minotaurs are the my apologies. I am so sorry.
He rolled a 20, and you take 9 piercing damage.
Oh, what?
Oh my!
Okay.
I throw a fireball at him.
I was just no.
All right.
Just like a warning shot.
Are you trying to hit him?
No. Just like you just see like the anger. I just like throw a fireball like an angry child.
Okay. So it's. Let me actually just move you guys over here. It explodes and like burns a small patch of the grass next to him, and the other two kind of become wary, but they were like in the process of coming up to try to pull him off of you. So as you throw that fireball, they both sort of back up, and then they're just kind of all three warily eyeing you. The one that shoved his pike through your cheek kind of takes it back, and he's like, "Never make that mistake again."
Griffin's gonna come up and just say, "All right, look, there's been enough bloodshed today. I think we're done here, right?"
I'm like, we cleansed your temple, and you repay me with a spike to the face.
You called me a minotaur. There are few.
I'm like, I get it. Those guys are total dicks. It's like upper bull half. Like, what is that? Like, I get it, but you stabbed me in the face. Translation issue.
There are few insults worse than being called a minotaur. Those foul beasts. We are a higher race.
I get it.
We thank you for your service. We shall let you on your way.
As we go here, I find the biggest boulder I can without them noticing, and I use my telekinesis ring and just have it like roll off a cliff onto the one Minotaur as we're leaving. But like inconspicuously, so that they don't realize that I was doing. They just think a boulder rolled off and crushed them. Like the heaviest 1,000-pound boulder I could find.
Actually, Griffin, when you went up to try to say that there had been enough bloodshed, they didn't understand what you were talking about. So yeah, they're.
I let my pectorals do the talking and acted heroically.
But yeah, so you let this boulder fly. Roll a d20 and add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. 6 plus. So 9.
Yeah, that misses. So the boulder kind of like rolls down from behind them. They were watching you go, and it rolls behind the one and kind of crashes into the bush. He looks around startled, and then by that time you guys have kind of trotted off.
Like, that was a warning shot. I don't say it.
As you guys are getting farther away, you suddenly hear this high-pitched "Ah!" as the halfling that you left unconscious woke up and saw your message in the four graves of its compatriots.
I think he saw it.
Anyways, that's all I have planned for you guys.
That was so much fun.
There was
wild.
an insane amount of overpowered treasure to find in that small dungeon. But,
as soon as we started finding all that stuff and blowing everything up, so much fun.
I was like, wow, there's so much healing potion. That's awesome.
That's awesome.